In April 2006, the Westminster Volunteer Centre established the VolEmploy mentoring scheme. The objective of the scheme is to enable refugees to improve their employability and fulfil their potential in the job market. This is achieved through a structured programme of one-to-one mentoring, where the emphasis is on empowering the individual. The scheme also encourages social integration through a flourishing multicultural network, challenges negative perceptions, and creates a powerful and enriching experience for refugees and their mentors.
The scheme's structured in that refugees who are job hunting will apply to join the project. We then recruit volunteer mentors from the local community, but also some from outside Westminster. Those mentors and mentees are trained so everybody gets the same information, and then they're matched. And as much as possible, the matching is done based on career. The two of them will then meet up for an average of 4 hours a month for up to 6 months, at which point we then review the progress. And in some cases, people will then continue. In other cases, after 6 months, people have developed the skills and confidence that they wanted out of mentoring, and then they may go their own way.
We are building up a relationship, not with somebody from a similar culture, but with someone from a very different culture to our own. So the mentors in the induction day are introduced to different ideas and different ways of mentoring somebody who comes from a different culture. There are things that we as mentors need to be aware of in order to support these mentees in the ultimate aim, which is to go out and become employed.
I think a good starting point is to work with the mentees to figure out all the different places that you can go to look for jobs. So get a bit of a system for searching and for working out what your criteria are. A bit of CV coaching is usually good. Interview skills practice has worked really well, where you can kind of run through typical questions that they're going to ask right before an interview.
You are learning skills in a very safe environment with somebody who's volunteering their time to help you. Having one person working with you is much more personal. You can get a real focus on what you want to achieve.
We sat down at the beginning really and sort of worked out, what it was that Claude was looking to get out of the scheme, and thought about how we could best help him achieve his goals really, which was to work towards getting employment in accounts and as an accounts assistant. So we thought about the skills that he had, what was hindering him from actually getting a job at the moment, and was that application and CVs. We did some sort of sessions on that. We did some mock interviews, so we could learn about the kind of questions that people were asked in the UK, and just really getting a feel for how the labour market recruits here.
Well, when you come somewhere, you don't know the culture. It was very, very, very difficult for you to be a part of the society, because you don't know how things work. So when I get in touch with Karin, she explained to me certain things I personally ignore, even though I've been living here. She explained to me certain things. She said, look, when you are at the interview, don't look around, but try to keep the eye contact with the person who is interviewing you. I mean, that kind of things. If you don't know, you may go to the job markets, even though you had an interview, but they may turn you down, not because you don't have skills, but because you didn't observe certain culture of this society.
Most of the mentees come from very, very different work environments to those that we have here in the UK. So they're the practical skills that we give, but perhaps more importantly are the behavioural skills that are required. How do you go out and get a job here? How do you behave? What sorts of things are a potential employer looking for in you? And obviously these people have great experience, great knowledge, but a lot of it is not applicable for the job market here.
One of the things that many refugees face is that it's quite easy to get isolated and maybe just have contact with people from your own community, or find it very hard to make contacts outside that. And so again, mentoring kind of opens up new networks, new people to meet, new experiences. It also benefits people in terms of just getting some self-confidence, having somebody who will challenge you, having somebody who will put you potentially in kind of unfamiliar situations, just having somebody who values you and believes in you, particularly if you've been through a system where perhaps you've been doubted a lot, to actually come through and be working with somebody who supports you and says you can do this, you can achieve this, you know, you've got great skills. It is really good for self-confidence. Lots of people have a very, very uninformed opinion of refugees, and as a result, refugees are often kind of demonised and treated very badly. One of the great things about this is it's people from the UK working long-term with a refugee, and through that they can see that refugees are just like you and me. Many people are coming here because their lives are in danger, and what the UK should be doing is providing a proper welcome and helping people rebuild their lives here. It's really important just in building a community that supports everybody and that doesn't judge people by a label, whether that's refugee or asylum seeker.